About the manga Berserk. Talk about how Guts being born from a corpse and cared for by a mentally ill woman is a representation and symbolism of the dead mother complex. The mother that he should have had, a loving one, is dead, emotionally. And instead he was raised by a mentally ill woman, one that seems to be unaffected by any input of any kind. In the manga Berserk, Guts' birth from a corpse and his upbringing by a mentally ill woman is a poignant representation of the dead mother complex. A concept rooted in psychoanalytic theory. This complex involves the emotional and psychological impact on a child who experiences the mother as emotionally unavailable or dead. Guts' literal birth from his dead mother signifies the beginning of his life in a world devoid of maternal warmth and security. This imagery starkly contrasts with the traditional notion of birth, which is usually associated with life and nurturing. His emergence from a corpse symbolizes a life that begins in death and despair, setting the tone for his future struggles. The woman who finds and raises Guts, Shisu, is mentally ill, further emphasizing the absence of a nurturing maternal figure. Shisu's condition renders her incapable of providing the emotional support and care that Guts desperately needs. Her mental illness manifests as emotional detachment and an inability to respond to or nurture Guts in a meaningful way. This lack of maternal warmth and presence aligns with the idea of the dead mother, a figure who, though physically present, is emotionally and psychologically absent. The dead mother complex in Guts' life can be seen as a profound metaphor for the absence of a loving and supportive maternal figure. The nurturing and affection that Guts should have received from a mother are instead replaced by the coldness and indifference of Shisu, whose mental state prevents her from fulfilling the role of a caring parent. This dynamic leaves Guts in a state of emotional deprivation and instability from a very young age. Furthermore, this complex sets the stage for Guts' development and his relationships throughout the series. His early experiences with neglect and emotional abandonment shape his personality, making him wary, fiercely independent, and often emotionally guarded. The trauma of being born from a dead mother and raised by an emotionally unavailable surrogate imprints a deep sense of isolation and survivalism in Guts, which becomes a central theme in his journey. In summary, Guts' birth from a corpse and upbringing by a mentally ill woman in Berserk symbolically represents the dead mother complex. This complex underscores the profound impact of growing up without a nurturing maternal presence, which profoundly shapes Guts' character and his lifelong struggle with isolation and emotional turmoil.